Hello, welcome to SSGTV South Sudan Global. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe as we'll continue to bring you informative videos. Recently, the news of a criminal complaint against a well-known political activist and 2024 presidential candidate, Dr. Biar Ajak, is spread across social media platforms like a bushfire. Regime apologies. President Kiir's suicidal supporters rushed into the pandemonium of wild celebrations. For those who don't know Dr. Biar Ajak, he is a former detainee of President Kiir. President Kiir had Dr. Biar jailed incommunicado after the latter called for a generational change in leadership. As usual, General Kolko's NSS National Security Service tortured and humiliated Dr. Biar together with other prisoners, including the brilliant Carvino Wool Agok, Dr. Biar, Carvino Wool, and thousands of prisoners of President Kiir and General Kolko did not commit any crime. They were exercising their freedom of speech. Fast forward, Dr. Biar was released after intense pressure from citizens and human rights organizations. Dr. Biar would later resettle in the US after threats to his life. We have to give it to Dr. Biar for refusing to bow down to oppressors and merchants of death. Towards the end of last year, Dr. Biar formed his political party, and thankfully he took on the task of enlightening South Sudanese on the ills and overreach of President Kiir's regime. Dr. Biar will go down in history as a man who resurrected Tim Edwards' book Bloody Nile, which details President Kiir's shortcomings, e.g. alcoholism, womanizing, necromancy, devil worship, and industrial-scale corruption. Thus, when the news of a criminal complaint against Dr. Biar emerged, the regime apologies prematurely celebrated without digging up the facts. For the sake of time, we will not get into the gist of Dr. Biar's criminal complaint case in the US. In today's analysis, we have analyzed 4 actions Dr. Biar must take. Here are they. Number 1. Lawyer up. In relation to the criminal complaint case, Dr. Biar should immediately start lawyering up as soon as possible. The US is not a third world country like ours, where the justice system favors the rich or ruling elites. The US is not an animal farm. It is a country of law and order. If Dr. Biar recruits competent lawyers, he will beat the criminal complaint case. The strength of Dr. Biar's defense lies in the fact that the United Nations Security Council has already put South Sudan under an arms embargo. Also, Dr. Biar never had a standing army that required weapons. If Dr. Biar had a standing army, he would not have left Africa for the US. Winning his case will put to shame President Kiir's regime apologies. Number 2. Establish a coalition of activists. Dr. Biar should start building a coalition of like-minded personalities. This will prove wrong for regime apologists who falsely think that the quest for change is all about Dr. Biar. According to them, if Dr. Biar is out of the picture, the need for change in South Sudan will vanish. Little do they know there are tens of thousands of activists out there. The coalition of activists will amplify Dr. Biar's message. The coalition of activists will make it harder for the regime to train their guns on one personality. We pray Dr. Biar will see wisdom in our suggestions. Number 3, take a break. Dr. Biar may also take a break. He has done a fantastic job of exposing who President Kiir is. And if he takes a break, there is no harm. According to Sun Tzu, the Chinese philosopher, great generals should retreat and strategize. Fighting dictators demands the liberators rethink the approach, and we hope Dr. Biar is cognizant of this fact. Number 4, continue the fight. Finally, Dr. Biar may decide to go full swing on the fight for change in South Sudan. Dr. Biar knows quite well that as a public figure, he attracts admiration and hate in equal measures. Forces of change admire and appreciate his stand on pressing socio-economic issues, while forces of the status quo think otherwise. Hence, the jubilation and maddening celebration that greeted his predicament should not surprise him. All considered, these are some of the actions that Dr. Biar must take. There are others as well. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Please don't forget to subscribe to the GTV South Sudan Global.